Hey everyone, welcome in. Thank you for joining me. My name is Marlene. I'm with A Room to Bloom, and I wanted to bring forth a message for you today. We're going to start out with a deck called Angel Therapy, and as I was just shuffling, there's a pile that fell out, but I'm going to start with this one, Release. Okay, you're being called to let something go, and this is how this will go for interruptions. But anyway, this gal is holding a bird. There are many doves above her. It says, work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. Now, I have to tell you, just as I was sitting here for a moment, I was just taking in the environment. And I just got here, and the one thing that I noticed is it's just blue everywhere. Okay, so um, I'm talking more than blue sky. There's blue everywhere. So one of the first things is communication will come through with blue because of the throat chakra. But also Archangel Michael. I was thinking about communication, and like even the table I'm sitting on, it's actually kind of interesting. The table that I'm sitting on has round holes in it, and it's funny because it looks like Swiss cheese. Okay. Because as I look over at the other table, I realize that the pattern in it is diamonds. So this is circles and there are diamonds, right? Um, so the circle of life. Um, what the other thing that's coming to me about this is the holes are about the size of quarters, and they're about a quarter apart, right? And so it's like what it feels like is everyone being on their own path, right? And yet it still makes up one table, like being we're all like cells in the body of God, if you will. Okay, so with Archangel Michael, um, work with him to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. One other thing is there is a river here in this. So also being trusted to go with the flow. I'm going to go a little further on the ones that fell. We have singing and dancing. Okay. She is also wearing a blue dress. There's blue purple flowers here. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. Okay, in the US right now it is summertime, so this is a great time for concerts, for getting outside, for listening to music that uplifts you, right? You might do a self check if the music is not resonating with your spirit, right? Um, and so it's really checking the vibration of environments and what works for you. Why? Because you are an earth angel. You are here as a light worker who has come to earth to teach about love, right? And so being an earth angel, it's work. It is work to be an earth angel, right? I mean, we all do work, but this is it's a different type of work, if you will. You're a light worker who has come to earth to teach about love. That means that one will go through some really challenging times to step into forgiveness and love and grace and kindness and all of these things in spite of all this other stuff that's going on, to teach about love, to have compassion, to light the way, to show the way, to be a light bearer for others, right? Okay, and then we had the last card, and now I'm full of goosebumps as I look at this. Yeah, like triple goosebumps here. Okay, it's just came in waves, and a blue and white truck is driving by also. Anyway, Archangel Michael here says you're working very closely with this powerful archangel who is protecting and guiding you through this situation. Today I had 444 come up. Uh, well, I saw it three different times today, right? And 444 is a representative. It's a number that is representative of protection. Okay, so I'm just trying to be careful where I set these. I didn't bring anything to set these down. I wasn't really anticipating coming and sitting at a table, and there's some stuff on it. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. be sure that they're not going to blow away. Okay. The next one we have is indigo. Okay. The person you are inquiring about is an indigo, meaning a highly sensitive, natural born leader, right? So here we have a little one who's pulling a Pegasus, right? In a wagon. And so someone who is an indigo, who is highly sensitive to other energies and is a natural born leader. So if you're kind of thinking about that, Archangel Michael uh, is protecting someone in this situation. If we look, this indigo, it's right, uh, takes blue and black, right, to make purple. So all these trucks are distraction that are coming in because there's others who don't want me to bring this message forth, but I am bringing the message forth. But the one that just fell out is trust. Okay, that falls under release. Trust is essential for moving forward. Are you doubting the path ahead? Have faith in the universe's plan and in yourself, and take the next step with confidence. So this asks us to do that self-check. Have we been frozen in fear, right? Or are we fight or flight mode, right? Sorry, I have a breeze coming up here. Fight or flight mode. So just a self-check. We're being encouraged to release and to have trust, right? So we could be releasing fear, right? Because that no longer serves us on the journey. Under singing and dancing, what else do we have? We have allure, cherish. So here we have a rock that has a rope tied around it. It's a heart-shaped rock. Cherish the beauty that attracts you. Have you been too busy to appreciate the good things around you? Take time to enjoy and value the moments and people that bring you joy, right? And so that could involve singing and dancing, right? Have fun with, the people that are around you. Okay, under the earth angel energy, we have clarity. Clear vision is leading you forward. Have you been feeling uncertain? Clarity is emerging. Take action with confidence and trust in your path, right? You're gaining clarity as an earth angel. Your path is becoming more clear that you are a light worker who has come to earth to teach about love. Okay, under Archangel Michael, we have inspiration. So we have an image of a light bulb on here, okay? We also have red and orange in here. So would be something about like the root chakra and joy, and it could be a combination of even passion, right? Inspiration is sparking within you, lighting the way forward. Have you felt stuck lately? Which is just what we were talking about here. Reconnect with that which excites you. It will reignite your creativity and your motivation. Okay? So if you feel like life has been drab, if it feels meaningless, if it feels like you're on the hamster wheel, Groundhog's Day, right? You are being encouraged to ask yourself that question, what lights me up? And to do that, right? Okay, what else do we have? Under the indigo child, we have soul happy, rekindle a connection. Okay? All right. So your soul is longing to reconnect with something or someone. This falls under the indigo. Okay? So it could be a younger person, a child. Have you drifted away from a meaningful connection? Take the initiative to rekindle this relationship or experience, as it may bring you deep joy, right? Okay, what else are we going to do? Let's see. I'm going to actually use some tarot cards here. We're going to see what comes up with, can you give us a little bit more confirmation here about this release? What would you like for us to know about this? These cards are warm. I had them on my vehicle. Okay, so we have a truck going by that has a lot of cones on it, like orange, right? Construction, things being under construction. Okay, so we have the King of Cups. So You may be a King of Cups energy, someone who's in their heart space. Po- could be poetic, creative, emotional, right? Um, but again, being called to release. It could even be that you're being called to release a King of Cups. Let's see what else. Talk to us about this singing and dancing. Yeah, this could be this is regarding a happy home and a happy relationship, right? So a celebration of some sort here. The other thing that's coming to me is that this King of Cups may be being called to release the stress through singing and dancing, right? Coming into that happy relationship. Under the Earth Angel card, there is something that you haven't been able to see at this time. Um, And that's interesting because the card that had fallen under Earth Angel before was clarity, right? So gaining clarity after not having been able to see something. Okay, Archangel Michael, it's 11:11 on the timer too. Okay, so the Hierophant, this is Taurus energy, right? Archangel Michael, you're working closely with this archangel who's protecting and guiding you through the situation. This Hierophant is studying spirituality, right? They're tapping in. It is Taurus energy also, and it is Taurus season right now. Okay, under Indigo, we have a King of Wands energy. This is someone who is very creative. They are an action taker. The wands represent action, right? Um, See if we can get a little more clarification about, tell us more about this situation with trust. Trust, Four of Crystals. Okay, so this is like saying that you've been hanging on to something or to someone. Crystals represent the pentacles, which is like anything of the earthly material. It could be that you've been trying to hang on to finances, hang on to a person, and you are being called to trust in a situation. Okay, what else do we have under allure? Cherish, right? Cherish the beauty that attracts you. We have the Ten of Cups, which is no surprise because it falls under the singing and dancing, the happy family card. This is the happy home. This is the happy home. This is the happy home. This is the happy family, right? This is like a really happy card. Both of those are. So, okay, so we have one here that wants to fall out. It is the Hermit card. So under the light worker situation, there's something you haven't been able to see. So it's like saying, okay, go into hermit mode, right? So that you can take the information that you are getting and be a spiritual guide and teacher for others and bring them clarity. What about? Because you're a light worker, sorry about this, the shadow here with the sun is going down, but um, anyway, so that you can bring others clarity, right? Because others who maybe can't see, help them to see. Okay. So what else do we have under inspiration? Under Archangel Michael, we have in the Hierophant, we have new love coming in, right? And this may be sparking something within you, highlighting a way forward, right? If you felt stuck, recognize or reconnect with what excites you or reignites your creativity and motivation. Okay, under the King of Wands, the happy soul and rekindle connection. We have the Nine of Cups. Okay, so the Nine of Cups is someone, it's, represented in the deck with usually a gal sitting there with a bird on her hand, right? In the original tarot deck, saying she's able to kind of stand on her own 2 feet um, and do what brings her joy, which is interesting because the soul happy reconnection. You may have been doing this, like standing on your own and just enjoying your life, but you also may be being called to rekindle a relationship, and that could be with a King of Wands who is an indigo. Okay, there could have been a King of Cups who's been trying to hang on to you. Okay, well, let's see. I'm just gonna see what we have on the bottom of the deck after shuffling. Yeah, this is like a third party situation or a third thing getting in the middle of some type of a relationship. We have an Empress, which could represent a mother figure. um, or you're being seen as the Empress. You bring joy, bringing the sun in. The sun is coming in here after a time of transition or death, right? The sun is coming in. Okay, we're going to take one more here for the outcome. I'm showing the Eight of Crystals. So this says that you have been working hard to build something. You're building something, right? Um, so just kind of staying focused on that, and just keep doing what you're doing because it is coming together. What else do you want to tell us about this? We have the Page of Wands. The page is a messenger maybe coming in. The wands are about creativity and action. So somebody may be coming in with a message regarding your work. So that would make sense following this card, right? So somebody could be coming in with a message regarding your work, but you haven't been able to see this. Could also be Scorpio energy. Oh, you know what, you guys? I said something. I've been going all day. I'm sorry. Um, I just have to get back to a card here. Oh, I said this Nine of Cups. Yeah, that's even better yet. Soul happy, rekindle connection. The Nine of Cups, I said, was the Nine of Pentacles. This is the Nine of Cups, like your wishes are being fulfilled here. It could be in regards to something with the King of Wands, who happens to be an indigo, and also with your work, which puts you in the situation of the Nine of Pentacles. Sorry, the Nine of Crystals in this deck. Okay? So, which means that you're okay financially. You're able to do what works out for you, right? We're going to take some cards from a deck called You've Got This, just simply because it's here. Let's see what's going on that would be helpful for you today. Okay, we have mentally strong people overcome setbacks with confidence because adversity only makes them better. That's by Amy Morin, right? So it gets back to that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? So we realize that, why do we enter challenges? Why do humans do that, right? To challenge themselves, to gain strength and wisdom and better themselves, right? Okay, what else do we have? We have a river cuts through rock, not because of its power, but because of its persistence. James Watkins, right? Isn't that powerful? Just those words, right? It's not because of the power, it's persistent. And so eventually you see that something starts to unfold, right? More and more is opening up. Persistence pays, right? Okay, the next one we have is You've Got This. Whenever you find yourself doubting if you can go on, just remember how far you have come. You've got this. I want to get back to this. Oftentimes what I'll tell people is, if you're not one to write down what you're going to do, right? So planning everything and sticking with that, because you've had this shift in your energy where now, we have chimes going, where now you might be living more in timelessness, if you will. But if you kind of write some things down, how you spent your day after you've done it, that's different than planning it. It's like, oh, this is what I did. Then you can kind of look back and go, yeah, this is how far I've come. You might have a few questions for yourself, maybe one question a week, answering maybe the same question or something for a month. And then you can kind of see how you grew during that time frame, right? The next one is, sometimes the best thing you can do is to not think, not wonder, not imagine, not obsess, but just breathe and have faith that everything will work out for the best, right? This is giving it to God, letting it go, trusting that the universe has this, which is the name of this deck. You've Got This. The next one is, and actually I wound up with two, but that is never by coincidence. So the one I'm looking at says, a stumble is not a fall. right? It is not a fall. So we pick ourselves up and we keep moving on, right? And it says sometimes life hits you on the head with a brick. Don't lose faith, right? That's by Steve Jobs. So so I decided that's not chimes. That's an ice cream truck. That's an ice cream truck going by. Um, so maybe this idea of something that hits you on the head with a brick. Sometimes it's like that shocking revelation, right? Or remembrance, or something takes you somewhere. Like this, like as an adult sitting here, the sound of an ice cream truck, it brings me back to childhood, to when an ice cream truck used to come through our area, right? And how we felt, and the excitement of that, right? Being able to, one, hear it, two, be able to get money either from your parents or whatever if you didn't have it as a kid, or being able to get your own money fast enough so that you could get out there and get the ice cream, right? And how the friends, everyone was just so excited. So you could have something that, hold on, I want to hear the song. uh I couldn't quite pick up that song. It was really actually challenging to pick up the type of music that it was. But you could have something that comes to you that is exactly that, a remembrance. So, all right. So that was like clarification for me, because the first one I was thinking that maybe it was like a rap or something, and because I didn't know, Spirit decides to send me another vehicle with confirmation and a lot of bass. Okay, um, the vehicles that have come by here have had either that bass, or they've been revving their engine, except for a couple of them. So, um, just want to put that out there. I'm being guided to split this deck. Be fearless, be glib, be enigmatic. I can tell I'm tired. Enigmatic, right? Read and never give up. All right, we're going to go a little bit further, see if we can take a few more messages here. Um, we're going to take something from the Oracle of the Unicorns. Let's see what comes through here. Would you like to bring forth for the collective here today? I wonder if you can hear that. Adventure. Dare Dare to do things differently. Manifest your travel dreams. Move to a new location. That's actually funny. Has to do with something I was making today, right? And so that's kind of funny. So, dare to adventure. We are in the summertime in the United States as I record this. So, you know, every adventure can be different. One day your adventure can be an hour, another day two, another day four, another day a whole day, right? It could be a weekend, it could be a 5 day thing, whatever that is. But it's like the more that you do it, the more you can shift your energy, and the more you're inviting that in, because you're telling the universe, yes, I'm ready to adventure. Okay, however, this card wanted to fall out, and this is the card of discernment, right? All is not what it seems, so stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret, right? You don't have to tell everyone about what's going on, right? Especially if you are traveling, right? You don't have to tell everyone what it is that you are building, designing, putting together, what your ideas are. Not everyone, even though it might seem like it at face value, but there are people who have agendas. There are collectives that don't want you to rise, if you will, or don't want you to shine, especially too brightly, right? Okay, what else do we have? We have flow. So this is the second card that we have with that release card. Find an easier path forwards, surrender the outcome, and release your expectations. And look at the beautiful color here. I can't say the name of that song, but you guys probably know it. Flow. There's find an easier path forward. It's kind of like you don't have to keep doing the same thing, right? You don't have to keep doing the same thing. Okay, the next one is growth. So here we have like a parent Pegasus over a little one. Seek out a mentor or a guide. Take baby steps as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. I'll have to listen to that song again later and see if it comes to me. I just don't remember them. Okay, the next one is magic. Make a wish. Believe in miracles. Magic surrounds you. So here we have a unicorn with fairies, fairies around it, right? And the beauty of the colors, right? We're gonna keep going. I have someone who pulled over who's just kind of sitting there watching me, and they're in the street and I'm not. It's like kind of interesting. Okay, the next one that we have is strength. This challenge will make you stronger, right? So we already kind of had something like that. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts in the situation. Trying to remember where that was. That one card that says, I don't know, I have them kind of piled up because there was a breeze coming by, so we know that we talked about it. Let's just keep going. What else would you like to tell us? Possibility. Raise your standards, elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential, right? So are you settling for less? Are you settling for status quo? And if you are, that's not what you're here to do. You're here to teach the world about love, right? Teach the world about other possibilities, help them to raise their standards, right? Elevate their expectations, to learn how to follow their passions, to do what excites them, to bring them into soul alignment, to get fired up about their own life and increase their energy levels, right? If your energy levels are down, you can bring a lot of orange into your life. Orange is your joy center, right? So bringing orange into your life will help that, and or a lot of color, right? Bringing color. Ask yourself, what are you wearing? Shifting that out and bringing in color will heal. Okay, the next one that I have is two. I split the deck. We have gentleness. Be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness and speak words of love. Okay? Speak words of love. This is really a lovely card, just as I was speaking about orange again, right? So like that added confirmation. Okay, yeah. Under that, we have the healer. You have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path as a healer. Okay, I'm going to stop there, but the last one was polarity. Integrate your shadow side, because we all have that light and dark side, right? There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. So we have to, there is one so that we can understand the other, right? We wouldn't know what dark is if we didn't know what light was. We wouldn't know what up is if we didn't know what down was. So that's what polarity is. It helps us to understand that, and that there are, it isn't just one way or the other. There is the space in between, right? Think about a level, right, with a bubble on it that, when we're coming into balance, we get that bubble in just the right place, right? It says, okay, hey, we're in alignment. We are in balance here. We recognize that we have both, and that is for a reason, right? Okay, so that is the message for today. I want to say thanks for joining me. I hope you have an amazing day. Take care.